YouTube, it's been a while since we did one of these things. That sounds bad. We haven't been doing planes because we've been doing other things. More important things at the moment. And so we're going to be doing a plane today. And it's going to be awesome. And you're going to see. Actually, we're going to see together. Yes, I could be wrong. Alright, this thing came from Banggood, so thank you Banggood for getting this sent out for us to look at and share with the world. Check the link in the description below. We'll see, help guide you to your next awesome purchase. I always love these, like, wow, it's double box, guys. That's surprising. It's usually double something, like they put it in a garbage bag and then they wrap it with a label. So in this case, this is surprisingly well packed. Now, for those of you at home saying, I can't believe it took 1 minute to open that box. Well, remember, this is an unboxing, so you could go mow the lawn if you preferred. Oh boy. Whoa, look at this. Look at this. This just doesn't seem like it's right for some reason. Does it seem like it to you too?
Maybe.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, look at that. Why don't you get a little closer look at this? That is the airplane, evidently. Looks pretty underwhelming, huh? And it's got damage. The nose is dented in. The loose parts have shifted all over the place. This didn't shift. Was that supposed to like hold it down? I think that's what they were trying to do here. There's a propeller taped to the bottom of the box. There's another propeller in here. Okay, so we got 2 spare propellers. We've got the canopy here. There's a manual. This is the Mini Warbirds Rare Bear. So this thing's supposed to be really fast, which I trust that it's going to be really fast. Okay, so there's a tail. And here's the canopy. Looks like it's got a magnet in the middle that goes to this magnet to hold it on. So let's pull this thing out. Yeah, that's not so good. Not so good at all. What is this? That's just a hot glue joint? Yeah. Looks like there's damage on the inboard portion of the wing. There's damage here, damage here, damage here, damage here, and where else? Looks like this thing, let's see how bad this is to pop this out. I mean, it's got damage here. It may not be a big deal. Looks like this is just the flaky paint. Yeah, that's disappointing. I'd say that's very disappointing. Okay, so this is a banking yank plane. Don't think that's going to be aerodynamically sound.
No.
Wow, that's like super thin. Okay, let's go by the window here for a second, huh?
Okay.
There does appear to be possibly a spar. Yep, there's a carbon fiber spar here. Can you see that?
Yeah, kind of. Let me come around.
Here, maybe I'll go next to the light.
Okay.
Come over here. You can see it right here, guys. There's a carbon fiber spar that goes out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you were to view it from this side, that's the direction it goes. But the way they packed this thing in, it dinged all the way around the wing. And then it dinged at the wing root, which just ticks me off. Because I'm pretty sure that a child could figure out that that wasn't going to hold up.
Oop.
That just popped off, guys. It didn't break or anything. So I guess we're going to see how it goes together. I'm not real thrilled with the damage here though. So I'm just popping this back into the servo for the elevator. So really there's another pocket here for rudder. If you decided to do a rudder servo, hypothetically you could do that. I usually like to add rudders on planes, but being that this one already has damage and stuff like that, I don't know that I'm going to get into that right now. And the other thing is, there was a couple other items that were supposed to be shipped, so we'll see if they come. I got to get in touch with my contact, but this is just disappointing. This is disappointment in lots of different directions. So I think what I need to do is I need to get a hold of my contact, but let's at least throw it together. I mean, to be honest with you, if it's inexpensive enough, some of this stuff I can tolerate, but I still don't really like to tolerate it. It kind of annoys me a lot. So we got aileron servos and the elevator servos. So technically it's a 3-channel plane. You've got the throttle, and then you have ailerons are sharing a channel, and then of course the elevator. In my case, I'll set up flaperons so that I can do spoilerons and flaperons. Looks like the paint is going to definitely be visible to a certain degree. We'll see how visible the tail looks, because a lot of times these fast planes, like this part will just disappear on you. So you got to really, you might need to reinforce the paint job with a little bit more color, because this thing is supposed to go really fast. Okay, so got to work the tail. Looks like they've hot glued in the control rods, or I mean, excuse me, the control horns. This stuff is really resilient, but I'm just not sure how that's going to hold up at a high speed. And this, just so you know, looking at the foam, it's hollow. There's no reinforcement in that tail, and the horizontal stabilizer. So that's going to go like this, which will strengthen it significantly, actually, by the time we glue that on there. Did this come with any glue? No, I don't see any glue, guys, so that means you're on your own for glue, evidently, which probably not a big deal if you're doing this sort of thing. This obviously is not going to be a beginner plane. Smaller planes are typically a little harder to fly. Okay, so the tail section, there is no rudder cut in. Let's show the people here at home. This one here also doesn't have any reinforcement in it, so it's extremely light. You want to be careful on a plane like this, because it's a really fast plane. If you go with any weight in the tail, if this thing is even a hint tail heavy, it will fly horrible, and you'll likely crash. So then it'll blend with our packaging damage. That irritates me. So anyway, we've got this linkage that keeps falling out. It should be pretty easy. We're basically going to hook it onto our desired elevator position, keeping in mind that there's only so much room. You see that little triangular shape there? That's going to allow for play on the elevator. Here, that's better. So now you can kind of see. That's all the more play you're going to get. So assembly is going to be quick. Receiver, in my case, the Lemon RX 7-channel with stabilization is my alternative plan, my original plan. And see, look here, guys, we've already got a decal coming off. I don't know if this is a water decal. Let's see if we can fix that real quick. So just going to get a little bit of warm water. Some of these things you can touch up really easy. Some of them you can't. I'm just going to literally touch that with my finger and just bring that decal back down. You know that that thing is just going to rip off immediately on the first flight. But again, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say this is my favorite color scheme ever. I would say that it's okay. But honestly, I might like it better if I just took some spray paint to it. Spray paint does weigh something though, guys, even on a small frame like this. All right, so hold that thought. We'll get an assembly and radio set up for you really soon, but I gotta get a hold of my contact and figure out what's going on. with this damage, because that's a little disappointing. Let's show you how the canopy drops on real quick. The ESC appears to be 30 amp. It's called a Hornet 234S LiPo. It does look like they kind of have a pocket here for the ESC to sit. If you want to come up here and show them where this pocket is. But you see the lines are kind of making it a little bit of a challenge to get that sucked down in the pocket. The other thing you got to keep in mind is that thing's going to heat up like crazy. So I'm kind of wondering if that's going to be a wise decision to have that, you know, in the styrofoam like that. Plus then you see what's happened is that, yeah, that actually might be okay, because it's an outrunner. You can see the outrunner, the portion that's spinning up there behind the spinner, that's spinning, but back here, it's got a different mount. The mount is actually not gonna actually move. So you wanna make sure you're off your prop shaft with your wires, because if you are on that prop shaft, when you take off, you'll wear through that wire in like about 2 seconds. You see what I did there? So maybe it'd be wise to throw a little drip of hot glue just to keep those wires down. If you get up to a stall turn, something like that, those wires shift. Next thing you know, you're gonna catch this thing on fire. So the other thing I gotta figure out is exactly where I wanna actually put my battery and receiver, because this is a relatively small opening. So let's see how the lid looks. Sorry, this keeps popping off, guys. XT60's installed from the factory. Oh, going backward. Okay, so that lips under. So it actually goes under the front of this plastic that was crushed on mine, and then it lips down here. So I guess at that point, you'd want to make sure that everything is nice and secure. I think on this, I might be able to take just like even a hot air from like a hair dryer might be enough heat to take this little bump out so that it stays out of there. A heat gun for sure, but the problem is you run a heat gun next to this foam, you're probably going to pay the price. So it's a pretty cool looking little plane. I like the scale look of it, but not pleased with the packaging wells. It'll go together in a really short time, so if you guys check the channel, I'll link to it in the description below so you can follow the progress like I usually do on my videos, my builds. But for now, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Definitely come back for more. We're gonna try to get this thing in the air in the very near future. So come back for that, and thanks for watching, guys.